Hi, everyone. Darren Lynch, founder and CEO of Irish Titan, here with yet another whiskey shot with one of my favorites. We're going to be challenged to keep this to just, a little tidbit, 5 to 7 minute sized whiskey shot here. Nancy and I are. So, Nancy, why don't you introduce yourself and talk about Black Business Enterprises so that everybody gets a sense of how awesome you are?
Absolutely. Hello, Darren. Thanks for having me. I'm Nancy Korsah, founder of Black Business Enterprises, and it's a nonprofit. It's an incubator for Black-owned businesses and minorities, and we just help them take their dream to business. So from a dream to business, and we just help them execute on everything that they want to do when it comes to business and help them monetize it through e-commerce and whatever else product platform helps them realize that.
And for you viewers who are unfortunately not familiar with Nancy, she is a powerhouse, a force of nature. We were introduced via multiple mutual connections. When we finally connected, because it took us a while to coordinate calendars, we became fast friends. So I am a giant Nancy fan. And I think that what we say off camera could even be more entertaining than what we say on camera, but we'll have to leave that in the minds of our viewers.
Yes, please.
Okay. So, Nancy, you gave a quick rundown on Black Business Enterprises. And as far as it relates to e-commerce, I think that, you see entrepreneurs sometimes creating their side hustle or even turning their side hustle into their main hustle. So share some of your experiences there, share some of what you've witnessed, and then we'll go from there.
Absolutely. Well, first of all, 50% of all the entrepreneurs that come to Black business enterprises come with a side hustle that they barely pay any attention to. So my goal is to turn that side hustle into their full-time baby.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, my goal is to get them to, and I don't know what I can say on this platform, but
You
my
can say
favorite,
anything you want, Nancy. This is Irish
beautiful,
Titan, not Amish Titan.
nice. I'm excited. But my favorite saying is "fuck my corporate job." So I like to for people to tell their corporate job to go fuck themselves. So I try to get them to take it more serious and figure out whether their business is actually viable and if it's a need. Right? Try to turn their business into a need if they can, and if it's relevant to what they're doing, so that they can quit their job essentially. So step by step, I literally started showing them uh, many streams that their business can take them to. So if they're selling something, okay, showing them e-commerce, how far they can get, through Etsy, website. There's so many platforms right now, Pinterest, that can be used. AI, don't get me started, right? So I give them all the tools that they need and show them some of the platforms that can help them reach more people so that they can make more sales and fuck their corporate job.
Well, I am really proud of this moment. You're the first whiskey shot guest to drop an F bomb. Even I
Sorry.
haven't mentioned an F bomb. So I love that you're the one that dropped the F bomb, Nancy. That's
Are you
great.
gonna censor me with a with an Irish with a
Maybe like we'll put a
with a clover
potato over
leaf?
your mouth or a shamrock or something.
Shamrock, yes.
So, is there an example that you can think of that you can share both to promote them and illustrate a little bit more? Like I know Sabrina, that has been a multiple time panelist at our Ecomm Forum event. I know that Susan now, I think, is a member of Black Business Enterprises. So
Yeah.
either of them or somebody else, is there an example you can think of that you can share with the audience?
Oh my goodness. There are so many, but my favorite will be Dr. Marketenstein. I mean, the name alone tells you
Right.
what he does, right?
You've mentioned him
And
to me
he
before, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that guy. I mean, he's just so eccentric, but he was treating his business as a side hustle, and he was printing items and creating digital products, and he wasn't quite sure how to make it a full-time um, gig and really taking it to the next level. So we just helped him take everything that he did on several platforms, Creative Fabrica and other places where he could be a third party vendor, Printify and other places like that. And now he quit his job. He moved from Chicago, quit his job, and now he has multitude of clients. And he's actually able to realize his dream, and he hasn't looked back. He has
Yeah.
not gotten a full-time job since then. So what I love about Dr. Marketing Stein is once he assumed that name, it became his identity, and he could not see himself behind a desk again. And when he found out the power of e-commerce and really understanding how far he could reach, and that it didn't just have to be Minnesota, confined to Minnesota,
Right.
Chicago. I mean, there was no limit.
Right. There are
The
no
sky
edges
was
to the internet.
exactly. So just very powerful stories.
That's great. That's great. And I think that what you just shared is one of the reasons that you received a standing ovation as a panelist at our Ecomm forum last fall, right? I think that people can get a sense even through this screen of your energy and how articulate you are and what you do for others. So before we wrap up, but as we near wrapping up, is there a takeaway or a nugget you'd like to leave with the audience?
Well, absolutely. I would say, audience, whoever is watching, if you do have a ecom business or technical business, come out, come and volunteer, come and share your experiences. Allow some of our youth to shadow you, because we want this. I mean, the future is technology. We want this to spread far and wide, and we want to teach people how to take their side hustle into full-blown businesses. I mean, we do not belong chained to desk. We belong wherever,
Out in the wild.
out in the wild with with armor behind us. Uh, slaying dragons. And I think that that's the future, and that's what we should be looking forward to. So please check out blackbusinessenterprises.org and get involved. We'll love to see all of you, some of you, and bring me a shot, would you?
Okay, so you mentioned the domain real quickly, but let's leave the audience one more time with how to get a hold of you. So I know you're very active on a lot of social, but what was the domain again for Black Business Enterprises?
Blackbusinessenterprises.org. And we
Okay.
do have our gala coming up, Black Business Ball. Guys, it's not a suit and tie gala.
No, it's not.
It's not. You definitely want to come out and see this, okay? So just come out, check us out. I can also be found on LinkedIn, Nancy Korsah, on every single platform. And just connect with me. I come downtown to our space in the North Loop. We were just given best space by Peer Space.
Oh,
Best
nice.
space in
Congrats.
Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking, but we'd love to host you and just see you. Come out, give me a high five, bring me some Italian food. I don't know. I just want to see you all.
And Nancy Korsah, Korsah.
That's right.
And we will wrap up there. So Nancy fucking Korsah, I am so glad that we did a whiskey shot. All right. So we'll wrap up there. Thanks, Nancy. All right. Lunch, everyone. We'll talk soon.